Where are you, by the way? Are you in LA? You're in LA, right?
Mm-hmm. I am.
Are you are you a Valley girl? Not to get too specific. Like I'm in Studio City, so I'm wondering how close you are.
Studio City, where are you?
Just off Laurel and Moore Park.
Oh my God. Me too, just off Laurel.
Shut up.
That
Are
is
you
so
my
funny.
neighbor who's super loud playing music all the time?
Yeah, probably. The
I
one
live
like
there.
crazy.
There's like a boxing supply place on the corner of Moore Park
Oh,
and Laurel.
yeah. It's funny. I'm going to buy something there. Actually, that's so weird. In the next 2 days, I saw.
Oh, that's funny.
What do they call the boxing? And
the big things that come down and.
yeah, I think I'm gonna get the ones that are like on the floor. It's a lot easier than installing it.
Is it the ones that are shaped like an actual human?
Yeah, I want to do that.
Ooh, that's
That's
gonna
funny.
be.
You live by that. I'm literally going there. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those would be creepy.
We're so close.
Like having one of those big punching dummies at night, and they. Yeah, but what happens when the lights go off? Those things come alive. And...
I don't watch scary movies, so don't scare me.
That's awesome though. Happy, healthy, eating good, working out, feeling good.
I'm okay. I tore my meniscus, so I'm not working out as much, but I'm like trying to like do some push-ups here and there.
Yeah. Well, you look great. You don't look like, I think the common rule is you're supposed to gain like the pandemic 40 pounds and look 10 years older, but you haven't done that.
I ate chips and salsa for breakfast today.
Nice one. Where from? Like what salsa? What chips?
Okay, so I went to Gelson's, and the 4th of July salsa is my favorite. It's organic. I like getting organic, mostly food, but so 4th of July salsa is so good. And then I forgot the chips, but the chips are not organic. They're like some kind of corn and salt.
And you know what? There is no way to avoid that stuff at Gelson's because right when you walk through the entrance, it's right there on the left next to the bakery.
I had to go.
All of that 4th of July salsa food, Halloween candy, it's all right there when you first walk in.
When I crave something, I get like 2 of everything. So I got 2 of those salsas and 2 of chips. But now like I have to finish it because like I like binge eat it, and now I'm almost done with it, and I'm not gonna buy it for another like month.
So you eat it until you are sick of it.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of sick of it. I had it for breakfast yesterday, dinner yesterday, and breakfast today.
Oh my God. What about like you take vitamins, like all that stuff? Are you a pretty health nut?
It's funny. I spend a lot of time inside, even though I do have a pool, but I don't know what's wrong with me. I guess I don't get enough vitamin D. So I take vitamin D. They say it's good too. So
the D3, is that what you take? Yeah, that's what I take too. Oh my God. Are you like my sister? Are we twins? The hell's going on? Yeah. I actually bought myself one of those like old man pill cases off Amazon this weekend.
Basically any vitamin is good.
Yeah.
Right now, COVID.
Right. Yes. D3, B12, C,
everything.
Fish oil.
I like chug zinc. I'm like with this, like, the liquid zinc. I'm like,
wow.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I don't think you're supposed to do that. I don't think you're supposed to do that at all. What about skin regimen? Are you getting up every morning, washing your face? Do you have like a set thing that you do?
Serums? I like to sprinkle like cold water on my face. I think cold water is really healthy to put on your face in the morning. I put like cucumbers. I like cut cucumbers and I rub cucumbers on my eyes every morning. And it helps.
Works, huh?
It helps with like tightening your eye area because I sleep really late.
Yeah, it's interesting. Wow, we have the same schedule on that too. It's interesting about the cold water because I just learned that from reading an article with
cucumber
Pharrell.
Too. Yeah, and cold water. Yeah.
I've never done the cucumber. I always thought that was just
little thin slices and like put it all over, like get it all juicy in your eye.
It sounds like someone just told you to have a laugh just to see if you'd actually.
No, I do it myself. No one tells me to do these things.
That's crazy. Yeah, I read an article with Pharrell and he was talking about all that kind of stuff. It's like, I'm going to try that.
I really believe in that stuff. I like a lot of food. I put avocado on my face.
Wow, okay. I keep my eye cream in the fridge, so that's a little bit of the food connection.
That's good.
Yeah, so you've got such an interesting story, and not to go too deep on it, but just like say again. Yeah, you do. I think you do. I mean, the quick version that I've seen or I've read about is that you moved to LA when you were super young, 13, 14. Music didn't quite happen. You moved away, but then you came back a few years later. Have you been here ever since that second Like we were like 17.
Second move, yeah, 17. Yeah, I've been here for almost a decade straight. But it's interesting because I feel like I've been here since I was 14 because I came here so young, but then I left when I was 15 for a couple of years with my family, not by myself.
Right.
And then I came out by myself when I was 17. So I think a lot of people think I've been here since I was 14, but I moved around.
I mean, it's such a short time. It doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't count as being away. What do you like about living here? Like, what do you like about LA? Are you beaches? Are you theme parks? Are you walking down Melrose? What's your vibe?
When I first moved down here, again, when I was 17, I would go to Santa Monica and I would run that like walkway, I guess you call it. And I just like would walk, I'd run, I'd bike. Like that was like my favorite thing. And for some reason I stopped doing that, but I love doing that. Loved.
Are you talking about like that path, even the one that goes up that bridge that goes over PCH?
Yeah. I used to love that. And then I used to jump in the ocean. Even in the winter, I used to jump in the ocean. I used to get really sweaty and hot running. And then I'd jump in the ocean. And it was like my favorite thing when I was younger and, more independent.
Right.
Now I rely on too many people because, I'm so busy. But I think, it was fun. I think I need to do that again.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was in being free, or did you start to overthink things, thinking, "Wow, there's a lot of things in that ocean that I don't want to get bit by."
No, I was so fearless. Like I did not care. Now I'd be like, I don't know.
Why? What?
I was so fearless when I was younger. I don't know what happened. What switched? Like I don't know. When I turned 22, it just switched. Like from 17 to 22, I was just like, I don't care. Like. I was just like, I called myself a race car driver. I used to speed. I did not care. Like when you're younger, mm-hmm. like you just don't have that sense of fear, I guess.
Sure.
I didn't have that.
We didn't have that amazing trait of overthinking and analyzing everything to a fault. I don't know if you do that. That's what happened with me.
That's what I do now. Yeah, that's what I do now. And it doesn't let me do anything.
That's what you're learning about yourself, huh? That's Does it ruin things for you?
Yeah. I overthink everything and it's a problem. It's like, why do I have to overthink? When I was younger, I used to just not even think about it. I used to just have fun, carefree. I don't know. It just switched one day. I can't really tell you the day, but it's really sad. Like when I was younger, I used to go hiking. I forgot there was a hike in like deep in like I don't know where it was in Griffith, not the main one. There was like a hidden one I used to go to by myself at night. I used to go by myself at night.
Oh wow! And
I was just fearless. I didn't care. And like I had my little like backpack with my water and like a water juggie. And then I used to sit on a cliff and drink my water.
And now
I'm like, girl, you don't go at night, and you don't sit on a cliff.
Sit on a cliff. You're like, what's down there?
But like I back in the day, like I used to be like, oh my God, this is so freeing. Like it was like,
yeah, oh my God. And now we're sitting down and we're like, wait, I know there's spiders and things.
Like now, if I need to get gas and it's like midnight, I'm like, I'll get it tomorrow. It's like 1 mile. It's like I have 1 mile left, and I'm like, I'll get it tomorrow. Like I don't want to stop at midnight at a gas station. But like if 17 or 18 or 20-year-old me would be like, let's get this gas. Like that's no big deal getting gas at midnight, like in the middle of nowhere.
And
like,
by the way, the whole I'll just get gas tomorrow is like the worst decision we could ever make.
Oh yeah, I don't know how many times I've been stuck a few times in my life. Yeah. Like it's weird. Like for me, when I was like, let's say 8 years younger, I used to go like, let's say 16, 17. I used to go for fun to just walk around and do nothing. Yeah. And now I'm like, I don't even like to go do my nails. I'm like, oh my God, it's so boring waiting there. Like, and now I'm like, wow, I used to have fun doing my nails. What's wrong with me? Wow. Now I'm like, I have to be doing something else while I'm doing my nails. So someone has to come here and do my nails so I can be on my laptop and do something else. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't just go to the nail salon and be bored. Like, that just blows my mind.
Imagine doing that without a phone.
God, I know. I mean, it's mind blowing. I used to be like a fun day, nails. Now I'm like, oh, my nail chipped. I don't want to go.
Wow. This we were I was going through your album yesterday.
Yeah.
This album is so sick. Where are you going? You leaving? You done?
No, I'm not. My computer is dying. So I need
plug it in. Yeah, plug it in.
Yeah. Sorry, 1 second.
No, go for it. Plug it in.
I just realized I'm at 5%.
Plug it into the wall. What room is this, by the way? What room is this that you're in? Is this a bath? Are you in the bathroom?
No, everyone thinks that, but it's like an office with my Max Cut logo. Look, it turns on.
Oh yeah, sick. Oh, and that's a mirror right there. I got it.
It's cute, right?
Yeah.
But she stays off most of the day.
That's funny.
I'm just happy I released my album at least during a pandemic.
And first of all, I will tell you as a radio guy, thank you for this album because, and I don't mean to sound negative, but there's a lot of slow songs out there and there's a lot of ballads. And I feel like this is not the time for these so your album is like, thank God. Thank God we have these songs.
Thank you. It's kind of impossible for me to do a ballad right now. Even my Christmas song I put out, Christmas Without You.
I saw that. That's
still
cool.
upbeat. It's still upbeat.
Yeah.
I had to make it upbeat. I have a problem. Like I can't not make an upbeat song. Like what's wrong with me?
It's not a problem. It's a good thing. Don't change that, please. We have enough slow, depressing songs. We don't need that. And this album is such a cool. It's like, well, how to describe it? Because the whole album, it's very electro pop, obviously, but the songs are similar but so different from each other. And I know that doesn't make any sense.
No, I get it. It's like the same kind of vibe, but it's like different sonics. Yeah. Right.
I don't listen to one song and go, okay, that sounds like this other song because it's.
And I didn't want that. I listened to Rihanna a lot growing up, and I love that each song on her album was very it was in the same realm, but each song was extremely different.
Yeah.
And so I really love that about Rihanna. So I kind of just like did that.
Right. When you hear like Disturbia and then Rude Boy and those songs by her, like, oh my God, this is amazing.
But they're just great songs. She just makes great songs. And I think I love that about her. Like she's not thinking like, let me make each song sound like it's connected in the album. Like that's great and all, but if you're not gonna give people good music, I think that's key. You gotta make like good music, that people can actually dance to, get inspired by, motivated. And so I think my main goal with each song was to make each song great and not like exactly the same. Which again, every artist is different. No hate to anyone. Everyone has a different style. My thing is, I grew up listening to Rihanna a lot, so her songs were very different, and I loved that. But they were all really great, too.
It's cool to hear you be a fan of somebody else's music, because you probably forget this, but you are, to me and everybody else in the world, you are on that side of the table. So it's kind of cool to hear you looking on that side of the table, but not realizing you are.
It's weird. Yeah. I'm just like this weird person here that my mom calls every 30 minutes to make sure I'm eating and drinking water. If she saw this, she'd be so annoyed that I had salsa and chips for breakfast. She'd be like, ew, you're not healthy.
Oh,
and I'd be like, Ma, like, let me eat my salsa and chips.
Where is she, by the way?
She's in Sherman Oaks.
Oh, she's local. Okay.
Yeah, she annoys me locally.
Oh, that's funny. She doesn't even need to take the 101 if she's that close. She can just drive down.
Oh yeah.
She can just drive down Ventura or Moore Park.
Yeah, she shows up at my place and she's like, "What's this? What's this? What's this? Where are your vegetables? Why is your vegetable drawer empty?" I'm like, "Mom, I Postmate my vegetables."
Yeah, come on, Mom.
How
is she by the? You what? You don't Postmate them? Yeah, I'm scared to do any of that stuff. How was when you first started out? Back to your mom for a second. Did you ever get any pushback and stuff from your parents?
No, they were always so supportive. But they weren't like, when people are like stage parents, they weren't stage parents. They weren't forcing me to do it. I was like always wanting to sing. So they just pretty much like, were like, okay, let's do it. They weren't like pushy about it. My dad actually was like, how about you finish high school and college? Because you never know. And I'm like, Dad, you're funny. Like, I'm going to do music.
Yeah.
And so it broke my dad's heart that I didn't go to college, but
Yeah, it's just that's really cool to have that support though from them, because I think a lot of people would be like, why don't you just get a real job and do this cute little singing hobby on the side?
Definitely. And of course I had to finalize high school for my dad because, I dropped out and then I had to get back in because my dad was so upset. So I had to finalize high school. How
did you do that, by the way? What do you mean you got back in? Like how many?
Well, I got back in. I dropped out, got my GED for my dad because that's just a paper he wanted. It didn't make any sense to me, but he wanted it. And so I was like, here you go, Dad.
How did you do it? Like, did you do an online thing? And I only ask because I didn't actually finish high school either.
Yeah, we're twins.
Yeah, but mine was, I went through a breakup and it fucked my head up. So
there's different things that happen. There's losses, there are breakups. For me, it was I was pretty depressed. I was having anxiety. I didn't want to go to school. I was not traveling, but I was going back and forth to different states, and I just was like wanting to do music, and so I dropped out. And obviously, my dad wasn't happy. But I went to Santa Monica, and I was in California, so I went to Santa Monica to this like little, I don't know where it was, but somewhere on Ocean Avenue. It was like this school that I finished. I did a test and I passed it. And yeah, got my GED.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. But deep down knowing this is stupid. I don't even,
it was
this is
like
this is not worth the gas money or sitting on the 405.
Yeah. Oh my God. At the time I was like, I had like $20 a week. It was brutal. And so, but I did it for my dad.
That's crazy. Good for you. I've thought about that. I've thought about doing that for my mom. I think I missed it by half a credit.
Oh, see, no, oh, really? Wow. See, that was close.
But like you, I knew early on that I didn't need to dissect the frog. It's not going to make any difference.
Yeah, everyone's different. Like I have cousins who are literally doing like master's programs and like literally going to doctorate school and becoming a psychologist, becoming doctors, doing 8 years, 10 years of school. And I'm like, good for you. Oh my God, that's incredible. Like, but it's just not my thing. And look, if it was my thing, I like to dedicate things fully. So if I'm going to do school, it's going to be 100% school. Because I'm not the type of person where I can be split in like school and music. It was very hard. So I just focus on music.
And that brings me back to the album, by the way, because this album, I'm guessing for the fans, but this has to be for you as well, looking into the future and knowing that, hey, I've got to perform these songs. I have to like these songs.
I know. I'm so excited to perform these songs. I love, oh my God, what's happening? Who's laughing now? Tattoo. I mean, I love them all. I just really see myself performing them. And I'm seeing the show in my head. I'm seeing it be like super theatrical and, dramatic. But again, it's hard for me because I want to perform now and I can't. So I'm trying to like put that on a different part of my brain, so I don't like get too overwhelmed that we're not performing right now as performers.
Focusing on that negative. Yeah. Do you perform like in the mirror or for friends or anything?
Oh my God, no. Oh my God, my friends probably are like, girl, stop. I'm too much of you.
Are you that friend who's singing in the aisle at the grocery store?
No, actually, no. I was lying. It's quite opposite. One of my girlfriends is obsessed with a song I did with Alan Walker, and she's always playing it. I'm like, stop playing my song.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm the one basically saying stop playing my songs. But they're like my biggest supporters. My family and my friends.
That's cool. But
I don't want to hear it. I'm like, no. Can you put like Justin Bieber on or Ed Sheeran or something?
Sure. You probably hear your songs as well, especially Sweet But Psycho, come on at the overhead music at a store as well.
A lot. I hear all the songs. Salt, the features I've done, Kings and Queens. Yeah, I'm hearing it all. It freaks me out. I'm like, oh my God, running away now.
That's funny. But imagine though, if these songs were ones that you didn't like, and I keep going back to Sweet But Psycho because it's such a huge song. But imagine if you didn't like it and that
would suck.
Because you've probably performed that song 700 times.
It's funny. Every time I hear that song, because I do take breaks listening to it, I'm like, whoa, this is a hit. I was like, whoa, we created a monster. Like, because it's kind of like when you step away from Sweet But Psycho, you're like, good. And then you hear it again, you're like, holy cow, how did we create this?
And so early on.
Exactly. And I didn't know it was a hit. I had no idea. I remember the executive producer I work with a lot, Circuit. He would tell me, he's like, this song's going to be huge. And I'm like, how do you know that? You don't know that. And so when the song came out, I'm like, you're right.
Yeah. Wow. What a great song to get right off the bat. This new album, Heaven and Hell, it's awesome. I'm a big fan of Born of the Night.
Oh,
I think that song is insane. It's got this low riding bass that makes it so wide. And that major tom hook is so sick, and especially right off the bat. That's such a great song.
I love that song too. It makes me feel like I want to run naked in the woods or something. Like,
maybe don't do that. Maybe don't. I think So Am I is great as well. But so the new song Kings and Queens, though, tell us about this song. What is the song about?
Kings and Queens. Kings and Queens is about equality, female empowerment, treating people with respect, and again, equality. It's really just about really the times we're living in and how, yes, we're working on getting better on all these subjects, but we're not there yet. So I really wanted to make the message happen through my song, but with popping champagne at the same time. So, you know, all my songs have female empowerment. Let's be real. That's literally who I am. I can't not write a song about female empowerment. It's very hard for me because that's who I am. Like growing up, even when like I dated a bunch of guys and they would mistreat me, I would mess with them too. You know, revenge is a bitch. So I'm that. I don't let anything slide. Like that's who I am in a relationship.
Good.
So that's what I write about.
Good for you. Well, this song is awesome. I'm gonna when we air this, we're gonna play the song. So go into like pretend you're a radio DJ. Introduce your song right now on My FM for Los Angeles to hear.
Hey guys, it's Ava Max, and this is my song "Kings and Queens" on My FM.
There you go. You even threw a little radio voice on it.
I don't know what I'm doing. You know what's funny? Every time I do liners, I start getting like this, and I don't know why. And it's so hard. And then even when I'm like on stage, and I'm like, when I accepted an award, I think it was for Los 40s, I was like, "Thank you," and it was like to an arena. And because I was thinking, there's so many people here, but of course I had a microphone, but I didn't think in my head the microphone was already going to be loud. But I was looking at like this, like I could, like it was huge arena. So I was like, "Thank you, everyone. Oh, I just want to thank everyone I'm working with." And I'm like, and when
you become a game show host or the guy running the circus.
It's horrible. I need to fix that. But I got so nervous. I had no idea I was winning. And so I was like, "Thank you so much. Bye. Have a great night." My brother texts me. My brother's like, "Are you okay?"
And you're like, "No,
I'm like,
I'm
"No,
not.
I'm not." Yeah, it was interesting.